Welcome to the He's Got Issues Marvel Comics edition number 107.1. I'm John Cooney here to preview new Marvel Comics being released February 12th, 2014, beginning alphabetically with all-new X-Factor number 3. The all-new X-Factor is meant to help people, but one of its own has a secret. Hint, it's Gambit. Next we have all-new X-Men number 23, The Trial of Jean Grey Part 3. Jean is on trial and it's up to the all-new X-Men and Guardians of the Galaxy to get her free. We've also got Amazing Spider-Man, the movie adaptation number 2 of 2. Get ready for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 with an awesome adaptation of the web-slinger's latest hit film. Next we have Avengers number 26, Adapt or Die. The science war overtakes the worlds. The all-new Avengers strike back. All the answers to the questions you wished remained hidden. The collision of Avengers and New Avengers is imminent. We've also got Deadpool number 23, Deadpool vs. S.H.I.E.L.D. Part 3, one helicarrier full of troops, one deadly creature intent on killing them all, a creature named Deadpool. Next we've got Kick-Ass 3 number 6 of 8. It's the flashback issue you've all been waiting for, the secret origin of Hit Girl, training, first blood, and of course lots of hugs and positive reinforcement from Big Daddy. Exactly how does little Minnie McCready earn her assassin stripes? Hint, it ain't by collecting stickers. This issue will be extra sized for extra awesome. We've also got Marvel Knights X-Men number 4 of 5. All the X-Men intended to do was locate 2 young mutants and keep them from harm's way. But now, scattered, manipulated, and fighting for themselves, the X-Men must get their act together and save an entire town. Can the X-Men stand against an army of villains ripped from their own minds? We've also got Marvel Universe Avengers Assemble number 5. The Avengers face their deadliest foe yet. Or is it their deadest foe yet? Dracula, King of the Vampires, is coming to drain the Avengers of their powers. Next, we've got Revolutionary War Death's Head 2 number 1, one-shot, the long-awaited return of Death's Head, one of the biggest hits of the original Marvel UK. Death's Head 2, on an adventure together for the first time ever. What threat could be grave enough to bring these two heroes together from across time? How about the villainous Mistech organization resurfacing with an army? Next we have Secret Avengers number 15, How to Maim a Mockingbird Part 4. Secret Avengers times the AIM Island equals blood, sweat, punches, and broken bones. Events that began in number 1 move to their conclusion. A Secret Avenger dies. Next we have She-Hulk number 1. Jennifer Walters is the She-Hulk, a stalwart Avenger, valued member of the FF, savior of the world on more than one occasion. She's also a killer attorney with a pile of degrees and professional respect. A 7-foot-tall drink of cool emerald water, she's tough enough to knock out Galactus with one punch, possibly, and has a heart bigger than the moon. But juggling cases and kicking bad guy butt is starting to be a little more complicated than she anticipated. With a new practice, a new paralegal, and a mounting number of supervillains she's racking up as personal enemies, She-Hulk might have bitten off a little more than she can chew, but she just calls that Tuesday. We've also got Superior Spider-Man number 27 point now, Goblin Nation Part 1 of 5. The so-called Superior Spider-Man has failed. Under his watch, the Green Goblin took control of New York City's underworld. This is all Otto Octavius' fault. Now it's his responsibility to take the Goblin down. Win or lose, this shall be Otto's greatest battle. Whatever you do, don't miss the first chapter of the biggest event in the entire Superior Spider-Man saga. The end starts here. Superior Spider-Man versus the Goblin Nation. Next we have Thor, God of Thunder number 19 point now. The last days of Midgard begin now. Thor, as guardian god of thunder, has always fought to save his adopted home of Earth, but who can he fight when the planet itself is dying? Thor's mortal ally and environmental secret agent Raj Solomon has a few ideas, namely the world's largest and most nefarious energy company Roxxon, and its ruthless new CEO known as the Minotaur. Has the God of Thunder finally met his match in the form of a multinational supercorporation? Meanwhile, many millennia ahead, a future version of Thor faces a very different battle to save what remains of the Earth, a battle against the greatest villain the Marvel Universe has ever known, Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. We've also got Winter Soldier, The Bitter March, number 1 of 5, 1966. With Nick Fury missing and presumed dead, global espionage agency S.H.I.E.L.D. sent secret agent Ron Shen to collect 2 Nazi scientists with the key to defining who wins the Cold War. But the Americans are not the only ones who want the high-value scientists. The Soviets have opened the Red Room, releasing their most dangerous operative, the Winter Soldier, who unbeknownst to the world is the presumed dead partner of Captain America, Bucky Barnes. The brainwashed soldier's mission? To acquire the scientists by any means or kill them should they fall into American hands. This classic 60s style high-octane spy pulp told at Cold War's peak follows Ron Chen and his terrified scientists as they creep out of the shadow of East Berlin. Intrigue, adventure, romance, and murder abound with ramifications that will shatter relationships in the modern-day Marvel Universe, including one with the Star-Spangled Avenger himself. We've also got Wolverine and the X-Men number 41, School's Out Forever, final issues. It's the end of the year for the Jean Grey School, but where do our graduates go from here, and who will have survived the experience? Jason Aaron, Pepe Larraz, and Nick Bradshaw bring the story of the Jean Grey School to a close. Next we have X-Force number 1. Almost every sovereign state in the Marvel Universe makes use of sanctioned superhumans to protect national interests and pursue a covert agenda. The United States has the Secret Avengers, the United Kingdom has MI-13, and Mutant Kind has X-Force. In this dirty, secret, no-holds-barred, deadly game of superhuman black ops, veteran X-Man Cable and his team will spy, torture, and kill to ensure that the mutant race not only has a place in the world, but also a stake in it. And we've got X-Men Legacy number 24, For We Are Many, conclusion. Collapsing under the weight of his dead father's disappointment, Legion's godlike powers spiral out of control, leaving the fate of mutant kind in the balance. To what ends will Legion go to save the world from himself? This is it. This is the end. Anything can happen. Out in trades this week, we've got Avengers Volume 1, Avengers World trade paperback. The greatest heroes in comics together as one unbeatable team. The Avengers go large, expanding their roster and sphere of influence to a global and even interplanetary level. When Captain America puts out his call, who will respond? The answer will surprise you. The Avengers' first mission takes them to Mars, but the secrets of the Garden lead right back to Earth's savage land. And when the Shi'ar Imperial Guard are broken on a dead moon, the Avengers travel across the galaxy to battle an invading force. It all leads up to a secret origin of the universe itself as Captain Universe races to decipher the code hidden in the Avengers' recent adventures. Jonathan Hickman takes the Earth's mightiest heroes to the next level with big threats, big ideas, and big idealism. These are the Avengers now. Collecting Avengers number 1 through 6. Next, we've got Captain America Volume 1, Castaway and Dimension Z Book 1 trade paperback. Thrust into a bizarre, inhospitable world far from home, the all-new, high-adventure, mind-melting, tough-as-nails sci-fi pulp fantasy era of Captain America starts now. Arnim Zola's ambitions leave Captain America stranded in the upside-down territory known as Dimension Z. With no country and no allies, what's left for the Sentinel of Liberty to protect? Just the one thing his foe values most, Zola's son. Steve has saved the boy's life, but can he keep him alive against the savage barbarians of Phrox? With the fate of the world hinging on his victory, and when Zola's terrible experiments on the indigenous creatures give birth to a terrible new foe, the odd war of Dimension Z begins. Collecting Captain America number 1 through 5. We've also got Daredevil by Mark Waid Volume 2 hardcover. Mark Waid's epic reinvigoration of the Man Without Fear continues. Daredevil and Spider-Man form a shaky alliance with not one, but two Punishers to obtain the invaluable Omega Drive, which contains the information needed to dismantle an international criminal network, but the plan goes pear-shaped when one hero betrays the group. Then Daredevil undergoes urgent brain surgery as size-changing scientist Hank Pym enters his head to discover sensory deprivation robots implanted by Dr. Doom. But Daredevil's recovery hits a snag when he starts to question reality. His best friend, Foggy Nelson, believing Matt is losing his mind and that he presents a danger to himself and others, dissolves their law partnership. Next, we have Fearless Defenders Volume 2, the most fabulous fighting team of all trade paperback. With Thanos' hordes invading Earth, the Fearless Defenders live up to their name in an Infinity tie-in like no other. Misty kicked ass in Valkyrie's world. Now it's time to see how Valkyrie fares in Misty's. But it's not easy being an Asgardian shield maiden, especially when your boyfriend's got a chip on his shoulder. And when a gifted young woman discovers she possesses terrifying powers, will this new hero join the ranks of the Defenders? Then secrets of Hippolyta's resurrection are revealed on a field trip to New Amazonia as the team makes a stand against Carolyn LeFay's apocalyptic Doom Maidens. Plus, Valkyrie and Annabelle's complicated relationship becomes even more perplexing and problematic, and a new, cosmically aware character joins the team. Guest starring Elsa Bloodstone, Venom, Doctor Strange, Iron Fist, Hercules, Werewolf by Night, and more. Collecting Fearless Defenders number 7 through 12. We've also got Iron Man Volume 1, Believe trade paperback. Tony Stark is Iron Man. Technological visionary, wealthy playboy, unparalleled engineer, and armored avenger. But now his armor's most powerful upgrade has become a lethal danger. The technovirus Extremis is loose. Tony's hunt for the rogue Extremis units takes him to New Camelot, where he clashes with the Circle Mech Knights and dogfights the Russian Black Exoskeleton Academy, to Columbia, where he battles old foes Vibro, Firebrand, and the Living Laser, and to Paris's ancient catacombs, where absolute horror awaits. And Tony may have to betray an old friend, introducing Iron Man's stealth armor, heavy-duty battlesuit, and space armor as Tony creates new suits to tackle new challenges. If he wants to save the world from his own deadly nanovirus, Iron Man must act fast, and Tony Stark must build faster. Collecting Iron Man number 1 through 5. Next, we have Marvel Masterworks, The Defenders Volume 4 hardcover. Steve Gerber's Defenders ranks as a high watermark of 70s Marvel. Taking the famous non-team and mixing in his own unique brand of sharp social commentary, Gerber brought 4 stories both action-packed and insightful. We begin with the classic 4-part saga featuring the bigoted Sons of the Serpent that brings members past and present together to defend the defenseless. Then the Guardians of the Galaxy hit the scene and take the Defenders to the year 3015 AD. It's an amazing adventure, including the debut of Starhawk, and while we're at it, we added the Guardians of the Galaxy's first appearance too. Oh, and there's an elf with a gun. You'll see. Collecting Defenders number 22 through 30, Giant Size Defenders number 5, and Marvel Superheroes number 18. We've also got Scarlet Spider Volume 4 Into the Grave trade paperback. Everything has changed for Kane. His second chance at life is over. Now, at his lowest point, Kane comes face to face with the one man who's fueled his obsession, hate, and guilt his entire life, Ben Reilly, the original Scarlet Spider. Alone, adrift, beaten, and lost, Kane's body is broken and his soul is next. Enter the Hunter. But what does Kraven really want? It's not what you might think. Plus, Kane's supporting cast is about to pay the price of being his friend, and after the immense sacrifice Kane must make to survive, he's faced with the choice, one that may see him leaving his new life forever. But is there a place for the Scarlet Spider anywhere in this world? The answer will surprise you as Kane's story comes to a close. Collecting Scarlet Spider number 21 through 25. Next, we have She-Hulk by Dan Slott, the complete collection Volume 1 trade paperback. Everyone's favorite Jade Giantess, She-Hulk, is returned for tons of fun, both on and off the field of battle. As a superhuman lawyer, She-Hulk has tried some of the strangest cases on Earth, but now Shulky is heading into deep space to practice universal law, and upon her return, the Emerald Enchantress matches muscles with Hercules, but it's going to take brains, not brawn, to get the Prince of Power out of some Herculean legal problems. Plus, no one hates She-Hulk more than Titania. What makes her one of the deadliest threats in the universe? And how is Hawkeye's fate tied to She-Hulk's latest case? Dan Slott's fan-favorite run is collected in 2 massive volumes, so join She-Hulk as she deals with the bizarre legal problems of the Marvel Universe. Collecting She-Hulk number 1 through 12 and She-Hulk number 1 through 5. And we've got Ultimates 3 Who Killed the Scarlet Witch trade paperback new printing. When the Scarlet Witch is shot down in broad daylight, everyone is a suspect. What secret is exposed that ruins Iron Man? Who is hiding behind the Black Panther's mask? Can the murderer be Hawkeye the Marksman? It's a race against time as the Ultimates, Earth's mightiest heroes, including Captain America and Thor, face off against Venom, Magneto, and Sabretooth. This action-packed murder mystery also features the Hulk, Spider-Man, and Wolverine, as well as the first appearance of the Black Panther. Written by Emmy and Eisner Award winner Jeff Loeb, with artwork featuring the triumphant return of Joe Madureira, and with glorious color painting by Christian Lichtner. Okay, so that's it for Marvel this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the DC and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.